Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing the best of beauty for 2019, where I show you all my favorite products that I've been using throughout the year. This is the best of the best, the products that I use the most. They're either new this year, a bunch of new releases that I've checked out, or just products that I've gravitated towards this year and used all year. A lot of new stuff though, and a lot to get through. So without further ado, let's jump in. Also, this makeup look is all my favorite products, so if you like what you see here, you're gonna find out exactly what I'm using. Let's start off with how I apply makeup on my face. Oh, jumping out of nowhere now. Random cough attacks just keep happening. So much good stuff in here. I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, starting off with the makeup first, and then I'll go to hair, skincare, all that random stuff, perfume. I'm sure you can guess what my favorite one was. For primer, this would probably have to be my number one, even though it's a more recent discovery of mine, but it's just been really working out for me. It is from Juice Beauty, and it's the Stem Cellular Vinifera Replenishing Oil. Looks like this. And you just need 2 or 3 drops for your entire face, and it really gives a nice base for when you put on foundation. It makes your skin glow, it locks onto your makeup, it doesn't make your makeup slip and slide off because some oils can compromise the wear. For me, my skin just loves this, and my makeup just looks the most beautiful when I wear this. And then for my trouble areas, around my nose, I need a pore filler. This is the Tarte Smoothing Primer. Looks like this, and I just use this on my nose and the sides of my nose just to fill in my pores. And I use this in conjunction with that oil just to give me the perfect base to start my makeup. So if you have larger pores like me and need a little bit of smoothing and filling in, this is my favorite pore filling primer at the moment. And then if I strictly just need my makeup to last, I love this, and I've already been through one. And this is the Milk Hydra Grip Primer. Already a good way up on this one too. This one's great if you really need your makeup locked and loaded all day, long day. I gravitate towards this one. I've been really enjoying it. It works well for my makeup as well. I like to let both my oil and this primer just set a little bit into my skin before going in with my makeup. This has been a favorite. Have a backup of this. Can't be without it. For foundation, this will come as no surprise to you, I'm sure. And this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. I use the shade 41NN. This is my favorite foundation of all time. Right now, nothing can beat this for me. This literally makes my skin look perfect. Like, I don't even need a pore filler with this. This has smoothing properties to it. I don't need a primer with it. I don't need to set it with powder. This is like my one and done, quick, flawless looking skin. Don't need to use anything extra. I love it. Can you tell I love it? I love it. And I even put it to the test with a ton of other foundations this year. It came out on top for me. I did a whole foundation battle, and I want to continue doing videos like that in the future. I know you guys found it helpful, but it really helps me out as well, just to see what I like, because I do like a lot of products. There's rarely really a terrible product. Like most products these days, they work pretty well for the most part. To be the best of the best, this stood out to me. Number one. But I had to also put in some honorable mentions. The last part of the year, I've been back to using my NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation because I like have one use left out of that. I need a new one of that. And this reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay Stay Naked. It's very thin, good coverage, long wearing. It has more radiance to it. So if you want something not as perfecting as the Urban Decay, a little bit more radiance if you don't want a matte look, I really love this foundation. Didn't come out this year, but it is one of my favorites. Go to, wearing it today. Gives me a natural radiance, I find. I just really love it. So went back to using that. These next two products are everyday type products for me for my skin because I don't need full coverage every day or something super long wearing, just something that looks very natural, you know? And these are the things that I gravitate towards. I have the Lancome Skin Feels Good Hydrating Skin Tint. I have 2 shades on the go, almost on the one I've been mixing to try and make it last longer. That gives me a really perfect everyday sort of wear, and it's very hydrating for my skin. So I love that for the winter time. And also something that I love paired with A powder that I will later mention is the Avon Magic's Tinted Moisturizer, and I went crazy for this. I seriously love it. And I know people don't often talk about Avon that much, but they have some hidden gems, and this has a brightening effect to it as well, so it really makes me glow, and it's just like a perfect everyday product for me, and I can't get enough of it. So this, hands down, a favorite. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that also in my mid-year favorite. It was my favorite complexion find of the year, and then I found my Urban Decay. I have just had a great complexion year, finding some new stuff, using some old things as well, but it's just been a really good year for complexion for me. Let's skip on to brows. Get this out of the way because this was like my #1 find of the year. And I totally switched up my brow routine. I love the fluffy look to the brows, and I love being able to see what would be hairs in my brows. Probably because I have such sparse brows that I just love it to look full and like hair, because I just am not naturally blessed, even after growing out my brows for like a year. So I like to set my brows first with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, and then I go in with the Urban Decay Brow Blade, as you guys know, and I have a whole video on my brow routine if you care to look, and I use the shade Dark Drapes. Love this. Love it so much. Literally my favorite brow product ever until I get over this trend. I'm not using anything else. Like, this is what I'm using. For powders, I have 5 here to share with you. I'm thinking you'll guess 3 of the 5. The other ones you're not going to be able to guess, I don't think. I couldn't really limit this down. They all have something special, so I'm just mentioning them all. First is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Translucent Powder. I discovered this year, and this for underneath my eyes, it's beautiful. It airbrushes my under eye area. It just really adds brightness, sets it. You need such a tiny amount, and this just gives me the perfect under eye. Though I'm not wearing it today because I wanted to show you a drugstore product that I've been loving. I do love this. Highly, highly recommend. You can see it in a video. The magic it works for my under eyes. Perfect. I don't like this all over my face though. Too dry. Under eye only for that one. Very specific purpose, just lightly. And then for my under eyes right now, I love this powder. So I use this when I'm not using my high-end one, but honestly, I think I like this more. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I use the shade 15 Light. I do find this runs dark. This is more of a medium to me in my opinion, and I use this underneath my eyes. And I can also use this all over my face. It just gives the perfect matte, flawless skin. Affordable powder at the drugstore, and if you like the Huda Beauty powder, which I was gonna mention next, pick up the Maybelline one. Cheaper, and I feel like it's very similar in how it makes my skin look. So this is another powder that I've been riding for hard this year. It is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in Pound Cake. I love this for baking the sides of my nose, cleaning up my jawline, also setting in my under eye area. The scent of it is very, very strong, so that's why I would say go for the Maybelline, just because it does a similar effect to my skin. In terms of powders, it's definitely one of the best for mattifying and perfecting, and also brightening that under eye, because I gotta do that. So I wanted to mention this product also from Maybelline. Killed it for powders for me. Honestly, their complexion for me is just top notch. This is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation. Have it in a couple shades, and I like to use this powder foundation on top of a tinted moisturizer just to give me more coverage and to set the product, because sometimes I can find those to slip and slide a bit. So I do use that to set and just provide a little bit more coverage for my skin, and it's like the perfect flawless face. I also use this on top of my L'Oreal Fresh Wear, which I haven't been using so much, still a favorite, but I'm ride or die for my Urban Decay. This is another powder from the drugstore that I definitely recommend checking it out. If you like a loose version, a pressed, I do find they're both different, and I use it for different purposes. The loose is more of a baking situation for me, and this is like an all over, I press it into my skin and really give that flawless full coverage look. Then the last powder that I have not mentioned this year, but I picked this up on my friend Steph's recommendation. I was looking for products that could mimic the Lancome Absolute Powder and the Jaclyn Hill one, because I didn't end up getting that collection because it was limited edition, so I didn't want to get something limited edition. I wanted to find alternatives. So I wanted to try something like that out because I can't get that Lancome powder in Canada. Steph told me to check out the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder. So I picked that up recently. You'll see it in a haul after this video, but I had to mention it in this video because there is a specific purpose and way I like to use this. And I do think it's a powder worth mentioning, but it's nothing like the powders I just mentioned. There's a specific use for this powder that I think is so stunning. This hasn't got the best ratings on Sephora, but I feel like you really need to use this in a specific way to get the effect that I think it's intended for. A nice stippling fluffy brush for me is what I use in this powder. Very, very small amount. Smaller than any of the powders that I'm talking about. I take and I'll put this on the perimeters of my face, my cheeks, to give an all over glow. And I wouldn't put this on my T-zone. That would just highlight areas I do not want highlighted. But if you want that all over glow back to your skin, say you're using a matte foundation and you need that perfection, which I do, but maybe you don't want it to be matte, but matte makes your skin look more flawless. That's just how it goes. Putting on a powder like this will bring that radiance back to your skin, still have the perfected look of a matte foundation, but this will give you that glow. I wanted to show you this in an actual tutorial, not wearing it today, but you need to see it in action, just the before and after, because I think it's really important to show you. So this, highly recommend checking out. Maybe get a sample first, because honestly, you need such a small amount to get that effect. Yeah, grab yourself a sample and check it out. Use it the way I suggested. Don't like bake or anything with that. You don't want to do that. So maybe this isn't in order because now we're going back to a cream product and I definitely would not powder before concealer. Next, I have two concealers that made the cut for me. The first concealer I wanted to mention is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. And I love this because it's so smooth and works perfectly with very thin formula foundations like the NARS and obviously the Urban Decay. So that is why I use this one. And then for other products that I like that are a little bit thicker, and this is very similar to Tarte Shape Tape, also from Maybelline. They killed it. Maybelline complexion, as I said before, they kill it for me. And this is the Super Stay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. I'm wearing that today. It is the best for providing a beautiful coverage to the under eye. I have an age spot on one of my eyes. I can't even remember. Is it this one? You can't see it right now. A lot of times you can still see it peeking through. I don't care. It doesn't bother me any. I like the look of it for some reason underneath my eye. People probably wouldn't want their age spot showing, but I like it. And this completely covers it up. It's very full coverage, super thick. I have fairly large troughs underneath my eyes. It helps fill that in, smooth out that area. And it is my favorite concealer, regardless of drugstore or high-end, which is how I do my products. I don't go looking for a drugstore, looking for high-end. This is just out of everything. No stipulation on price, best of the best for me. This is my favorite concealer. Now for bronzer. When I was writing down this list, literally on my list in my phone, I'm like, too many. Too many to mention. You guys know me in bronzer. There is literally too many for me to mention. Well, I guess I do have a number one, and it's still my Marc Jacobs Tantastic if I were to pick only one. I'm still trying to use this up. I have a backup already, but I am trying to use this guy up. There are other ones that I've discovered this year that I have to mention though. I've been more into warm tone bronzers, which that Marc Jacobs one is definitely not. And I've been into Benefit Caramel, also this palette, which I'll mention soon, the Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie, which I'm wearing today, beautiful warm tone bronzer, which isn't too warm. And then also, I just started using this one. It's the Too Faced Gingerbread Tan, which is limited edition, which I figured I'd mention now in case you want to pick it up. And it has a glow to it, which I do like when I'm doing something like a glowy skin look with my Cover FX powder. I've been reaching for this to just really give everything a glow. So normally I would go matte, but I do like a really glowy skin lately. So I have been enjoying a glowy bronzer. I do prefer matte though, but I had to mention this because the occasion I want all over glow, I'm reaching for that one. My number one used face palette this year that you guys can guess is the Benefit Cheek Leaders, the Bronze Squad one. I've just been using this a ton, specifically Caramel Bronzer and the Cookie Highlight because those two products were new. And Cookie is, I always say, my top two highlight of all time. And I'm going to mention my top highlighters right now, but I always am hesitant because honestly, my #1 highlighters are limited edition, but that's why I want to give the option of another one that's really good and permanent is Cookie from Benefit. But I will mention just my favorite products that I have been using, and some of them are limited edition, unfortunately, but that's just true to what I've been using. So this palette, highly recommend. You get a ton of product for your money. This is limited edition too, so if you haven't picked it up and it's still available, I would definitely pick it up before it's gone for good. They need to keep that one permanent though. Benefit, please bring this back. Make it permanent, I need it. While I'm mentioning highlight, I'll just quickly mention, obviously Cookie, I have the single too. Haven't been using that one because I want to use the palette. Then I found a dupe for Cookie in a loose form, which is more affordable. So if you just wanted to try out that highlight shade, I would recommend going here first. It is the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighter in I'm So Lit. And I'm going to show you a swatch comparison because I do find them quite similar. The only difference is application because obviously the one is loose and the one is a pressed formula. Both are very creamy and both have a very blinding high payoff. You want a blinding highlight. Those are the two colors right there. You can see in the light that Cookie's a little bit deeper. But depending on how it hits, it honestly looks the same on my skin tone. You can't really tell a difference between the two tones. So I would recommend checking out the Wet n Wild one if you're looking for a blinding highlight. That one is beautiful. And then if I'm being honest with myself, my top highlights are limited edition. So I'm just gonna quickly gloss over them, but they are my favorite. And the first is the ANASTASIA Amrezy highlighter. I've been using this, I don't know, like every day. Like this is top highlight, and then I got back into using my Hourglass Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. And why do they not have this specific formula permanent? I do not know, because this is like my favorite thing that they've ever done is this palette here. And that's the highlight I'm wearing today. And I just truly love the formula, a baked formula. This also was sprung from looking for dupes for the Jaclyn products because hers were limited edition and I wanted to save myself some money because that's been a whole thing for me this year, is just trying to save some money. I don't need to buy everything. So I went back into my collection and fell back in love with this. And that is the end of the highlights. For blushes, it was the year of the cream blush for me because I found a couple that I really, really like. First part of the year, I was all over the Nude Sticks Nudies Bloom, all over Dewy Color in Poppy Girl. Still love that one. Still keep it in my everyday makeup bag. I'm reaching for it. And then this is my favorite cream blush formula of all time. Discovered this year. So, so good. New beauty brand. It's Tower 28 Beauty. And these are their cream blushes. You can use them on your lips as well. This is so blendable. These are perfect. I literally would not change anything about these. Perfect blush formula. If you have dry, sensitive skin like me, you need these in your life. Trust me on that. So, so good. And then for powder blush formula, these take the cake for me because they're one of the most long-wearing powder blush formulas that I've ever tried. And these are the Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused blushes. And right now I'm wearing Ibiza on my cheeks. Love the color. I love a hot pink cheek. That's one of my favorite types of blush to wear. This formula is perfect if you like a powder. Also long wearing, super pigmented. Light dab will do you. These will last me forever just from the amount of pigment that they give off. Great quality blush. For setting spray, I have 3 to mention. All are fairly similar because they make your skin super dewy. The first, which I am using today, is the Farsali Rose Gold 24 karat gold infused mist. And this one I really loved at the beginning of the year, but because it is so pricey for how much you get, I just started using other things, you know, putting that away and then discovering things that I could use that gave me a similar result without being so pricey. And then I discovered the L'Oreal Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. This is great because it also allows my makeup to last a long time, which this one right here, definitely not a long wearing spray, gives you a beautiful dewy glow, but I wouldn't say that is long wearing. This kind of seals your face. So that's why I like that one. And then this came along and blew both of those out of the water. And it is from Catrice. It's the Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Spray. It's the illuminating one. I love how compact this is. This is the most affordable of the bunch, but I just love that it is a smaller size. And it has this pink iridescence in it, which doesn't deposit on your skin in any way that you would be like, whoa, you're pink. It just gives you that beautiful glow, makes everything just melt together and look so, so stunning. I also find that this doesn't impact the wear of my makeup either. Gives a glow without making it not long wearing. Like the first Solly would tend to impact the wear time just due to the formulation. This one I do think people have a hard time finding, and it's because it is a newer product, so I'm just thinking that it hasn't been shelved too much. I did get this in PR from Catrice, and I've just been loving it. Super affordable, my favorite of the bunch if you're looking for something to give you an all-over dewy glow and set your makeup. Couple pairs of eyelashes. I really only need to mention the one though. And Steph, BabsBeauty, my friend on YouTube. We like literally talk every day. Steph, you're a favorite of the year. I love you. She sent me a pair of these lashes from Lashaholic called Ellie, and I've been buying them ever since. Like, I'm wearing them today. I'm always wearing them. They are faux mink lashes that look kind of similar to the Lily lashes in Miami, but I think they are honestly more beautiful, and they're faux mink, which is lovely. So this is what the pair looks like without being trimmed. This is a brand new pair, and I love the name. They're just really wispy and flirty and fun. Beautiful lash. So I thank you, Stephanie, for introducing them to me. She's one of the reasons why I spend my money. And then an honorable mention, which is more of like an everyday lash, which is great, and you can get these at the drugstore. You don't have to order them. Lashaholics like takes a while to get to me. Just gonna throw that out there. The Kiss ones you can get at Walmart, and these are the Blowout Lash, Pixie 02. They're honestly just like an Ardell Demi Wispy, like that, but this is a pack of 4, and I really like these for everyday wear. So this kind of lash would suit anyone in my opinion. The Lashaholics ones are on the larger side if you do like a larger, more full-on lash, and those have been my favorite lashes of the year, hands down. This was the year of the gloss for me. I do have a couple lipsticks to mention, but in reality it's mostly gloss for me. What I'm wearing on my lips right now is from Artist Couture. This is also a recent find of mine you guys wouldn't have seen. This is Uncensored 2.0, and this is all I'm wearing. Not wearing any lip liner, any lipstick. This is the only thing, and it's like the perfect nude color. For a bronzy look like this, the perfect nude. And I got this in a set with this eye topper right here. Hold on. Which is another favorite of the year. I got Golden Hour earlier on in the year from Artist Couture. It's one of the, what's the exact name? Diamond Lights Finishers. And then in this amazing set, I picked up the gloss and Diamond Bronze, which is on my eyes right now. So these are a yearly favorite, and I love both of them. It's such a good set. So if you're into just the bronzy look with a beautiful nude gloss, you need this set. Need it. You need it yesterday. Hopefully they still have it, because it's literally my favorite thing. This little package, it's like the best little find of the year. Patrick Ta killed it for me for lips this year. The glosses that he initially launched, I have She's an Influencer, which looks like this. Really beautiful. It's a sheer gloss, minty flavor, my fave. And this just makes anything look beautiful. And then, more recently, he launched the lip cremes, and I have She's Unapologetic, which I've been wearing all the time. I'm sure you guys are sick of me wearing it, but it's one of my favorite nudes of all time now, at this point. I can manipulate it with any sort of lip pencil, make it darker, focus. Beautiful pink. I've been really into pinks. That's another surprise of the year. Loving pink. Pink nails right now. What's going on? Fenty glosses, another favorite. I've mentioned those before. And then I have 2 lipsticks to mention. L'Oreal came out with their Plump and Shines, which I love this formula. They're Shine lipsticks. And this is the shade Coconut Plump, which looks like this right there. More pink tone. So I've been loving the pinks. And that does give a little bit of plumping to your lips, not too much, but that's kind of like a one and done product. It gives you a lipstick, lip gloss kind of look in one, plumps up your lips. Those might have been limited edition, but it's true to me. I've been using that all the time. And then my favorite lipstick launch has to be these. These are from Bare Minerals, and it's their Bare Pro lipsticks. Specifically Petal is my favorite. Usually when I get set a collection from a company, I don't keep as many as this. I usually donate majority of the things, maybe keeping one if I want to try out the formula. But this formula, I end up keeping so many because I love it so much. It's seriously the perfect lipstick formula to me. So here is Petal right there. It's probably why I like She's Unapologetic so much. That's not right? Very similar, but these are all matte and they last a long time on your lips. But they're a matte that make your lips smooth and don't make them look dry and crusty, which I find hard to find in a matte formula, something that really sucks the life out of your lips. These don't do that. That's why I love them so much, and I love the slim compact of them. So the Bare Minerals lipsticks were by far my favorite lipstick launch of the year. We kind of bypassed eyes quickly. My favorite mascara launch of the year has been the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored. This is what I've been wearing today with some lashes, of course, and I wear this on an everyday basis. So I don't wear lashes every day. This is what I've been reaching for. And you can find this at Shoppers Drug Mart. It's hard to find online. I literally cannot find this to link online, but you can find this at Shoppers if you're in Canada. 3 eyeshadow palette favorites of the year. My number one would have to be the Tati Beauty. There's something special about this palette, the eyeshadow formula. I love what she did with this. She did neutral right. It's special. It truly is. It's not another neutral palette for me. This is special, and this has to be my favorite launch of the year for eyeshadow palettes. Closely followed by the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I love the tones in this as well. Beautiful formula, love the different textures. I just love the color palette for this one, so that's why it made it into my favorites, because I can just pull this palette out and create so many different beautiful looks. I almost dropped my big palette, oh my goodness. It's been a go-to favorite. And then also an honorable mention is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival XL Pro Palette in collaboration with Stacey Marie Makeup Artist. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, minus the Diamond Lights finisher from Artist Couture. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes. And it also comes with highlights, which I don't touch too much, but I do love this as my colorful eyeshadow palette, even though I'm using the browns today. I do reach for this when I'm creating something more colorful. I just wanted to show you that you can get like a basic eye too. I love the setup of this too. I keep closing it, but it has beautiful color stories. Like you can go down the rows and just visually see really beautiful put together color stories, but also just go wherever you want and create whatever you want to. So love that one. Favorite fragrance of the year, hands down, top fragrance of all time is the Burberry Her. This is the Eau de Parfum. They came out with a floral version of this spring summer, I believe it launched. I haven't tried that one yet, but this is a fruity fragrance, little bit of musk, very, very strong for me. Like a little dab will do ya. I kind of put it behind my ears because that's how I like to have my fragrance smell. So I'm not overpowering, but if someone were to lean in and give me a hug, I'd be like, oh, what is that? You smell good. So that's how I like to wear fragrance, and this is very potent. That's why I like it in the rollerball. I keep purchasing these rollerballs. This is my second. I need to get another one. I gravitate towards this fragrance almost on a daily at this point. This, I would say, is my signature scent at this point in my life. I love this. It is fruity, very heavily strawberry scented, I would say, but it's so beautiful. I initially purchased that because someone said it smelled like the Patrick Ta body oil, and I wanted that bottled in a fragrance, and that was the closest thing I've come to having that smell. So that's why I love it so much. I have to mention gel nail polish. I was always doing the press-on nails, which I believe I mentioned in my mid-year favorites, and then I've just been growing out my nails, doing them myself. I need to do them right now, but they are long, longer than they've ever been naturally before, so they are growing. And I've been using this gel polish that I got off Amazon, and I got the light on Amazon, and I just do this myself now. Just do my nails myself. They've been growing out really nicely, and I have gel polish to thank. It really makes them hard and not prone to breaking, even though on this hand I have 2 broken. nails. Hold up way better than just a regular polish in my opinion. And they haven't hurt my nail underneath. My favorite self-tanner of all time is the Bondi Sands Liquid Gold Self-Tanning Dry Oil. And it is a medium color. It's what I have on my body today. And it's like several days old. I actually probably should do it again, so it is fading. But I like to get the medium ones, not the dark ones anymore, because I tend to get very dark with self-tanner. So I just like to have a little bit of a glow. I've been really enjoying a medium tan in an oil form because this does not dry out my skin and never fades scaly. And I don't know how many times I have to say this, but that is such a huge problem with many formulas of self-tanner. Like, for my skin, I don't know how dry anyone else is, but for my skin, I need an oil. So I love this so much. I don't even need to scrub my body off and get rid of my old tan because this always fades beautifully. Oils all the way. And I get mine from Boohoo in case you guys are curious. I always stock up. Like just now, they had their Black Friday sale and I purchased the tan I need for the rest of the year from their website. So I did stock up on the tanner there. So if you're looking for Bondi Sands and you're in Canada, that's where I get mine. I always find it the cheapest. I just wait for a sale and stock up. My favorite skincare find of the year are two brands, which I wanted to mention. I started using CeraVe and I use their hydrating cleanser and then their moisturizing lotion. And this is for normal to dry skin. This is my favorite basic, affordable skincare routine. And then I occasionally throw in like a mask or a serum or whatever. Keep it pretty basic here. My skin loves basic. I don't like to do too much. And then also I've been loving Good Molecules. They can be found on Beautylish. They're affordable and they're amazing. They don't have fragrance in it. They don't have too many extra additives or anything like that. They try to keep it fairly simple, which is what I need. For someone who's dry, sensitive skin, I need simple. And this is my favorite cleansing balm. It's the Instant Cleansing Balm. Love this for removing my facial makeup. And then they also came out with a pure cold pressed rosehip seed oil, which is my favorite facial oil. If you guys didn't know already, I used to buy the one from Ordinary, and that's a really affordable one too. Just look for something pure cold pressed rosehip seed oil. You can find this on Beautylish, very affordable, and I highly recommend checking out the brand. Very simple ingredients, very effective, very affordable. Last but not least, two hair products. Figure we will end here. I've kept you here for a very long time. I can tell from the time it's taken me to film this. First thing I have here is my Revlon blow dryer, and I love this for giving myself an at-home blowout. I know this was on sale on Amazon during Black Friday. I mentioned this in a gift guide as well, so I hope you guys were able to buy it during that because it was on sale. Yay! So I use this anytime I want to blow dry my hair. I do try to air dry my hair most often, but if I want a blowout look, which I love, I will use that. And then this is the last thing I have from Amazon as well, and it's a hair waver. Did my hair like that today. I've been really into the wavy hairstyle, and my hair, this is pretty much almost what it looks like naturally, but with a little bit of help from this. So I like to just sleep on wet hair, wake up, and then if I do this through a little bit of my hair, it looks like a more put together hairstyle. And I can just wave the pieces that didn't wave naturally. And this is super easy for me. But if you want that wavy look and you don't have naturally wavy hair, it's a great way to achieve it as well. So that is what I did today. Did a little half up too. So highly recommend this. I have the 25 one and it's been one of my favorite hair tool finds of the year. That is everything for my best of beauty of 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the best of the best, all my favorite things. If you want to know what I would wear for a favorite makeup look, you got it all right here. So I hope you guys maybe found some new products to check out. If you have any different ones to recommend to me, what were your favorites? I would love to know. Also, if you had any of the same ones, let me know. I'd love to know what your best of beauty was for 2019. I hope you guys have an amazing holiday. I know holidays are fast approaching, so I wanted to get this video up as soon as possible because my son's birthday is on the 6th. We have a whole weekend planned then, so hopefully I can get this up that weekend for you. Then we have Christmas, New Year's. It's just like back to back for me. So I wanted to get this up in time for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe before you leave. Hit that bell if you want to be notified of all my future videos. And I will see you guys in my next one.